Good evening. How are you doing? I hope that your Monday is going well, and I hope that you've had an amazing weekend, and also hope that the first day of your week is going well. Now, it is 7:30 p.m. and today we are having such an amazing episode because we are talking about something that has really been on my mind for quite some time. Today we are talking to fuchsia movers. Now, you see, every time you are moving from one apartment to the other, you get quite scared. It's very exciting, but quite scary as well, because it's very tiresome, and sometimes you might end up losing some things, damaging some things. So today I have I've met an amazing director who does quite a lot of things, but today atakuwa to introduce to all that, but majorly fuchsia movers. Now today I'm talking to Emma Kari. She's the director of Fuchsia Movers, and she'll be telling us how she started this business, but also how do you run this business and how did they come up with this idea, because it's such an amazing idea. Now tune in, make sure don't be here alone. Make sure you call in other people, call in your family, so that you can get to know about these to cure water. We say business is more than meets the eye. So my name is Kahugu. We'll be here for the next 30 minutes or around 28-30 minutes, and any question that you have, we'll be able to answer them on 0721105105 23814, and of course we are live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube. So Emma, karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Kahugu.
Yeah, we're very glad to be here, and I'm very interested in this business. Very interested, in fact. Yeah.
Okay, good to hear.
Yeah, so please introduce yourself using this camera, and then you can start.
Thank you for having me. My name is Emma Kari. I represent Fuchsia Movers. I am one of the directors at Fuchsia Movers. We give you smooth moves. How we formed this company was about 2 years ago. It's actually not yet 2 years. We opened our doors in October 2022 out of a need that we felt was so much around us. We have a sister company called Lavender Properties Limited, and that is where Fuchsia was formed from, because we had our tenants. Lavender Properties is largely on property management, and we had our tenants asking us about if we know trustworthy companies that provide moving services because of their past experiences, and that is how Fuchsia Movers was birthed in a nutshell.
Amazing. So it was a need that you saw somewhere.
Yes.
Now, even before we come to that, tell us a little bit about why fuchsia. Why did you choose the name fuchsia? Because it's very unique. We only know the color. So why fuchsia?
Okay. So fuchsia, behind, I love colors. Behind fuchsia is the color. Okay. Just that the spelling, we had to tweak it a little. We are Kenyans, and Kenyan is our business. So if I were to put the actual color, people would struggle with it. Yeah. So behind it is the fuchsia flower and the color. It represents passion, love, confidence. And so as we are moving people from one location to another, we want them to settle down and experience the love and passion, package everything with love and passion as we send them to their happy place, their home.
Now, we mostly know ladies with businesses, especially food, beauty, but you're here with Fuchsia Movers, and you've also talked about properties. So why exactly did you decide to start this business? Right from the properties business.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. The property business was actually, we started it in 2005. Again, out of an experience. I don't want to call it bad, but it was bad. Because I remember one of the times when I was still a little girl, started working, and I needed to move houses. I got an agent. You see those Vibanda posts where you see an agent call to view? Yeah. And so I called a number to view a house, and I was, first of all, I was charged 500 shillings to just view.
To view?
Yes, to view a house. And when we got there, it was in the middle of nowhere. I think it even had bats. It was a scary experience, and I had to pay to view that. So I thought to myself, that level of unprofessionalism, lack of integrity, And just being unfair to human beings is not good. And being a Christian that I am, because that is, I am very proud to always say that, is I felt the need also to just bring to people what is fair and do it in an integrity way so that it's a win-win situation. And that is how Lavender Properties was formed back then. Yes, and then give birth now to Fuchsia. The same need. I had my own experiences where I lost money when I was being moved.
By movers?
Yes, by movers. I think I would call them call for transport.
Yeah,
they were movers, but honestly, I think it's just people unprofessional, no training, no uniform, no nothing. They just come not looking like people who really are engaged or trained to do this kind of work. Yes.
Now, how was it while you were starting this business, the Fuchsia Movers? How was the process? And you said that you opened doors in the October of
2022.
2022.
Yes.
So what was the process until you now decided that it's ready, we can now start operation?
Okay. I think the process was pretty easy because you said I'm a woman of many hats. It is true because Fuchsia Movers has a wing called Fuchsia Transport and Logistics. So it was pretty much easy because we already had the means. We had the transport, our trucks, and they're in very good shape. So all we needed was to do branding. As I said, I'm very big on professionalism. And so when you are going out there, you need to do that bit. So the harder bit was to now get the right people. First of all, the back office, and then now get proper movers. And so what we did when we had the general manager and the operations manager and the HR and everything, we now had to source for movers. Movers are the people who now do the actual work. So we sourced for about 60 of them, and we had a 2 weeks training non-stop every day in our head office. So that now they were in our pool. I am always very optimistic. So I knew we were going to get the moves. So 60 is a big number for someone starting. But again, I knew chances were high because remember the sister company, Lavender Properties, had already tenants who were moving from one place to another. And because most of them we don't end, we always end in a cordial agreement. So it's very easy for us for them to just come back and give us business happily. So we had that training, and after training is when we actually started the job. And just to mention that we have done moves as far as Dubai from Spring Valley. Yes.
Wow. How?
Yes.
How? You have people you train over there, or you move them?
We have, you know what you do? You coordinate with the moving company there, or we call them agents. So that they when you are doing the shipment on this end, they are already on the other end waiting, because it's that's why we say we are international movers as well. We just don't do locally and even cross border and everything. So it was very easy, and one of the greatest successes I would talk about actually for Fuchsia this far we've come. Yeah, and so it's been growth, eventual growth. I mean, in business I've learned the baby steps you take. And just to add also that we also do storage. It would be unfair to do moving without storage for a moving company, because sometimes we have inquiries where, like now in our warehouse, you'll see there is so much of sofa sets, fridges, tenants, people who are moving from one place to another, but sometimes you move and there are things you need stored for some time. For reasons of, like one of the clients we have right now, they needed to move out to Airbnb, and the things needed to be stored somewhere because they are constructing their home. And they needed to move out of where they are staying because the owner needed to move back. So we also relieve that burden. So we package them very securely and store them in our warehouse. And then now at the point of moving is when now we move back in and settle them. Yes.
At an extra small cost.
Yeah, the storage is reasonable also. I would say that we are one of the most fairly priced movers around. It's really fair. Yeah, but that comes as extra.
I see. Now, you've mentioned that you already had trucks for the moving.
Yes.
And they are in good condition.
Yes.
Now, for someone who's looking forward to probably start such a business, what exactly do they need apart from the trucks, as you've mentioned? You said it's also very, very necessary for you to have a storage, like a store.
Correct.
Yeah. So what are the other necessities for someone who wants to start up?
You know, you deliver through people. You have to have good people. I always say, as a CEO, the people I have must be smarter than me.
Wow.
And that is how you excel. You cannot be the one, you cannot be the vision carrier and the one delivering on it and knows everything. No, you will fail. So I think beyond, even before the trucks and everything, people. So people are very critical and good people. So I have wonderful people that we work with. And then now the trucks, those are the resources. Plus now there is the normal working capital, because these things are packaged. You need blankets, you need shrimp, you need, there's so much you need other beyond people and the trucks. The storage. I wish we had time. I could have taken you around our warehouse, but next time. But we also have videos. If you like our social media platforms, then you'll see as we move the other things that we need. So storage, people, of course, the office where the other people sit, and then now the other storage items, the packaging items that are needed. Yes.
Now, how do you price? How do you price? Because I know for a business you have to price in a way that is very, very affordable for your clients, but also make sure that as a business you are making money, because that is why you're in business, right? So how do you put in your pricing?
We do by CBM, cubic meters. So for instance, if you tell us you want to move, if it's an office move, we'll come. We first do videos and surveys. We have to send someone to come and do a survey. If you're not available, we are very flexible. We also request you, because also our business is based on a lot of trust. We request you to take a video of every space. If it's an office, you can just send the video. If it's like a 3-bedroom house, you take videos per room, so that we see the amount of things that are there, and you're free to mention anything else extra that is in that. So by cubic meters, we are able to price. If it's a 2-bedroom, we almost know the price of the curve. If it's a 3-bed, if it's a 5-bed, and then the distance of if you're moving from one area to the other. Of course, that is also relatively packed in the CBM by cubic meters. So, and then after that, we share with you a quotation. You go through it. Once the survey is done, you go through the quotation. There is room for negotiation where need be.
I was coming here because Kenyans are Kenyans.
Yes, Kenyans are Kenyans, and until they negotiate, they feel like they've been umenigonga, ametucheza kidogo, amenikon, ameenda. So yes, there is room, but not to say that we now exaggerate our prices so that we negotiate. I also find that a lot of, sometimes just not the right way to do business. We unless you negotiate, like I'll give you an example of one of them, our recent clients who was moving from a 4-bed. It was a 4-bedroom. Ideally, we would have charged as a 4-bedroom, but only 2 bedrooms had items. So you see, now that is how room for negotiation comes in, because it's only fair that we charge them for the 2 beds, because the other rooms are honestly empty, and you can see they are really empty. So so those are the kind of dynamics we look at. So we are very friendly, we are very open to negotiations, and we are understanding. So once you do the quotation, then you pay the deposit, and we agree on the date of the move. I'm telling you, our team arrives there before time.
Wow.
We just stay in the truck, just waiting for the time you said you'll open your doors. Full in their full uniforms, clean and ready to pack. Very fast, young, vibrant ladies and gentlemen. And the move is really, I mean, you should see our reviews. Also, if you have time, go to Google and see our reviews, and you'll be amazed. And these are people who are our clients who are extremely happy with our job. On the day of the move, we package everything. Some landlords, sorry, I'm on the other side. Some clients prefer to package their things, maybe their personal items. We also are very flexible on that. Others want us to pack everything and unpack everything. We are happy to do either. We just work with you and what you need. Others are even, they request that they remain with some of our boxes to just finish packing the following day. As I said, we are really flexible and we allow for such. Yes, because you see, you have to leave this, you're settling them into their happy place. You just allow them to settle down nicely. So, and then we leave the place clean. As early as 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you could be preparing your dinner in your new home. Yes. Yes.
And now, how do you make sure that whatever you are carrying, the properties of the clients or the items of the clients remain very intact? And also you don't lose anything in the process. So how do you make sure that everything is safe?
Thank you. That's a very good question. Now, we as I said, we spent 2 weeks training these movers, and our movers are ours. It's not like we have movers. Today we have a move, we go ask around, tutafutie vijana watatu waine hivi wenye wanajua. Hapana, these guys are ours. They even have their uniforms in their homes. So it's not we'll go picking people on the side. So when they come, they already, remember they went through the training. This training is basically demos. We bought utensils to break. Yes, because that is the only way you do training for these kind of things. For moving, it has to be real. So for it not to break, how should it have been wrapped? Still, but even so, accidents happen. Human is to error. And we have a clause there in the quotation. We own up. By the way, we own up completely, because remember, we are also insured. That is one of the things most people don't do, and they overlook that. We have the carrier's liability, we have insurance. So when something breaks, hardly do they break, and hardly, I'm telling you, we rarely get claims, but they happen once in a while. We replace at our cost. Yes, we replace at our cost. Yes. And we always pray that it's not a souvenir, because you cannot replace a souvenir. Someone is something special you get, and it's something maybe you're likely not to get anywhere. So when they are moving, we make sure we also ask them those questions. Do you have very special sentimental gifts or souvenirs that you'd like to handle yourself, maybe in your car even? If you're okay, then you can highlight to us so that we know karibu ibebwe kwa driver's seat. Yes. I see. We want you to have a really
very easy transition,
easy experience. Yes.
You guys, if you're moving, why are you looking for other people to move? Why are you trying to carry everything with your car and then break other things? Of course, you have the best people who can move you from one location to the other, from one happy place to another happy place. All right. Now, this is a very, very unique question, because for such a business, I'd want to know. I want to move from this apartment to probably another apartment. But on this particular day, I'm very, very busy and I'll not be available. Would you still move me?
That's a good question, an interesting one. We actually don't need you. We do not need you on the day of the move, unless you choose to. I had one of my clients and a good friend. I was moving from Kileleshwa to Tatu City. She's an extremely busy lady, very busy in the corporate world. And so by the time we were even arriving at the site, she had already gone to work because she had meetings, early meetings. She came back in the evening to Tatu City now. Yes.
To her new home?
to her new home. Everything done. She just came back to breathe cleaner. So in short, we do not need you for you to be there when you're moving. That is why it's called smooth moves. Yes, we move you smoothly. Yes.
That's very interesting.
We don't need you. Imagine we don't need you. We don't need you at all, unless you insist. But one of the things that has kept us going is the integrity. But and trust with Kenyans is one of the it's a shaky. As I told you, I had my own experiences with one of the movers way back when I used one where I lost money. And so it's that issue of trust. But as I said, we have very trustworthy team, extremely trustworthy. Yeah.
And now, because you are working with other people, and I would understand that most of the time you not be at the site, how do you make sure that the customer service and the customer relations is still at par, that you won't lose a customer, that you're only moving her today and next time you're like, ay, apana, let me try someone else.
We have the after sale service where we have the feedback form. We just don't move you and then that's the end. We always make sure we hear from you because we are always improving ourselves. That is one of the things that we have, we continue to thrive on, continuous improvement, Kaizen. Because if you assume that you did a good job, then you will never know. So we really like that feedback because it helps us become better in the next move. And then the other thing we ensure for the bit of customer service is every time there is a move, the movers have the team leader. They have a team leader who now helps them and supervises them and just checks on time. You know, remember movers, they are busy moving. They're not even checking the time. But the team leader keeps on checking. By now we should have finished packing the kitchen. By now we should be in the bedrooms. By this time everything should be in the trucks. By 1 we should be on the other side. By 3, so it is very timed, and the team leader comes in to keep checking on that. Sometimes we have even 5 moves in a day, 4 moves. So you can imagine if you're going to have no one on the ground guiding the others, then it becomes very difficult.
So what are some of the challenges that you faced during the move and right from you started the business generally?
One of the biggest challenge, like currently, let me use now, is the weather. So sometimes you're moving someone from, say, point A and to where they are, the truck cannot get there all the way. So things have to be carried to the entrance, and it is raining. It is a beautiful challenge. There's nothing much you can do it. All we do is that we ensure that items are really wrapped well, extremely, not extra. Where we need to use umbrellas, we use, I mean, such things. If we need to wait for the weather to sort of a bit, because remember, these are people also who are moving. You don't want them all wet and then take all that wetness in the new home. So that is one of the biggest challenge. The other one is where we are moving from people from apartments. One of the best moves are offices also, just to mention. They are very easy because you just dismantle these and assemble them on the other points. And then we have of course our technicians who come and do the connecting of the wires and everything.
So they don't do it for themselves. No, you find your office.
You find your office ready to sit. The wiring, the Wi-Fi, even for homes, DSTV, everything it's a home. You're going back to your home to watch your series. Everything and anything. So I was just saying, one of the challenges is the weather, the floor. Sometimes you're moving someone from one apartment to another and there is no lift. So it's a challenge. That one is a challenge.
I can totally relate. Because you guys, these apartments didn't work a lift.
Thank you for that. Because it's a big challenge. And then the other one, of course, we have a few people who also, when we don't do the physical survey, then they say, have a few things. You get there, you find balcony is another room. So and those ones. But you're able to maneuver. Challenges are there.
Now, how do you deal with that? Do you add some extra charges? Or how do you deal with that?
We don't just add by force. We engage you and just help you see where we are coming from. Some of them will pay, most of them actually see it and pay. We've not had instances where someone has refused to pay, but it's just that engagement of coming back. We just like to do a clean quote, one that is once and for all. But we have those kind of challenges
once in a while.
Yes, once in a while.
Now let's talk about your employees. When you started, you said that you had 60 people. You trained them.
Those are just movers. I'm not talking about the back office people.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about employees wote pamoja. For you to start such a business, who are the people that you need? Yeah, because you definitely can't work alone.
Yes.
So apart from the movers, who are the people that you need in the office?
Okay.
Yeah.
You need finance department for obvious reasons, accounting and everything. You need the salespeople. Salespeople are your foot soldiers. They're the ones who talk about your business. They go out. I am a salesperson myself. I lead the team. And then we have the operations manager. Actually, there are two. So operations managers help with the, you see, the day before the move, there are items that are needed. Okay? Those items are even spanners, I don't know, DSTV, cables, I don't know what to call them, the shrimps, box, the cartons, the trays, all the stands, everything that is needed. The operations manager coordinates with the team leaders of the moves to ensure that the items are out in the storage in good time or the night before. And then during the move, they are also coordinating behind the scenes. And then they have to wait upon these people when they come to return these things. So these are the ops team that does that. And then there is now the team leaders and the movers. Those are the key people. Yes.
And you've mentioned about the boxes, the stands. How do you know what exactly you need? The size of boxes, the number of boxes.
Yeah.
How do you know what exactly you need for the move?
That is why when we do the survey, we are able to look at we call it cubic meters, CBM. For this CBM, these are the number of cartons that are needed. Yeah. Based on that, based on the cubic meters of based on the area, you're just able to know that we'll need 50 boxes here, we'll need how many trays, we need how many stands because of how many bedrooms are there, so how many can take the clothes and such things. It's pretty much it's easy once you're in that business. It's easy to know such things, really. It's not rocket science. You do it very well.
All right. Yeah. So if you're getting into that business, it is not rocket science.
No,
you'll get it.
Yes.
All right. So how's the reception to the markets? How's the business? How are the people receiving the business right now? Are people accepting movers now? Because we need something that is being introduced slowly by slowly. Tulikuwa tumezoea kupelekwa na lori.
Call for transport.
Yes.
No, you now call movers. You call movers.
Yes. So how are you guys being received well by the markets? Would you advise for someone to start such a business? Yeah.
One of the things I have always said, there is a piece for everyone on this cake. Whatever business you start, there is always, if you get it right, there is always a piece. So I would advise anyone starting, please go ahead and start it. It's not anything difficult. There is no rocket science to it. As long as you put your mind to it, passion to it, and just systems and structures. You cannot run any business without systems and structures. It's a lie. It's a lie. Within no time it will collapse. Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much for having us in this episode. We've really learned a lot.
Thank you.
A lot.
Thank you.
And we're hoping that you'll now come back for another episode. Tell us about the properties, how to run the properties.
Yes.
How to deal with clients, with tenants, because I am one and I know, it can be hard sometimes. Tunaweza kosana.
Sisi hatukosanani.
But also sometimes it becomes very easy.
Yes.
So we'd love to have that episode.
Okay,
as well.
I would love to have you. Thank you very much, Kahugu, for your time.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Amazing.
Yes, and I hope to move you to the next home.
Yeah,
yes.
Very soon, right?
Yeah. Let Fusha Movers do the smooth move for you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And anyone else who's watching, please let them do a smooth move for you. It's way better that way. Usi struggle. Sawa. So this has been the Business Plus. Of course, this is where we bring solutions, but also we say business is more than meets the eye. If you've missed any part of this, we've been live on Facebook, we've been live on YouTube. Just go back, endosikize vizuri, get yourself some notes, and you'll be able to start such a business. Or if you are in such a business, you will be able to scale up, get some tips for yourself, right? So my name is Kahugu. We'll see you next week on another episode of the same, which will be really amazing as well. Until then, God bless you, God be with you. Have a blessed rest of the week. Bye.